All right, beautiful people, lovers of freedom all over the world, wherever you are joining us from today, you're highly welcome to Let's Talk TV. Yes, your number one updated news channel where they give you the back-to-back news and information on things where they happen for Biafraland. Again, matter what I carry come for you today. Please watch this video. Pay attention to this video. Listen to the matter where be say they happen clean for Biafraland. Simon Ekpa don't clarify some certain things where our people guys understand and then guys know as they take happen. Please watch this video and make sure you share this video to as many groups, to as many platforms as
our own is to make sure that Nigeria terrorist security forces in Biafraland, the Woto can never stop. We will continue to give them Woto will continue until they leave. Our demand is that every security agent in Biafraland.
All right, good day, beautiful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to your one and only YouTube platform that gives you the back-to-back news and information on things happening in Biafraland. Please subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you can get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. The audio I'm about to play, is a very important one, and I want you to listen to this audio before we go into the analysis, because for those of you that have been criticizing the Biafran struggle, you've been criticizing Prime Minister Ekpa, you've been criticizing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of them who are honestly fighting for the freedom of their people. I want you to listen to this voice note. Then I want you to go to the comment section and give your own input. But generally, we're going to discuss about it. Then I will say one or two things concerning the voice note, because, the issue of this Biafran freedom is something that must happen. You must try to understand the reason, why the fight, the hustle, and everything has been going on. You have to understand the reason, why Simon Ekpa has been hammering on the issue of getting Biafra. You have to understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite the fact that he is still under DSS dungeon,
in Nigerian churches,
he is
killing
never
at least 41
giving up
people.
the fight.
Islamist militant group Boko Haram claims responsibility.
This
More than
voice
1 decade
note,
later, death
and
once again touched many families
later.
while much of the world was celebrating. Almost 200 people, predominantly from Christian communities, were killed in central Nigeria in attacks that started on Christmas Eve and lasted several days. The question many are asking is, how could this have happened?
It's worrisome that lives of my fellow Nigerians are being slaughtered and nothing is happening. And then it becomes more worrisome considering that I could be in their own shoes just because of my faith. And it just brings to question how a lot of other people are faring in this country.
I think they should put themselves in the shoes of Christians and imagine their own family or their family members going for being killed for religious reasons. It's really painful.
It actually worries me because it's a conundrum that we still, even in the 21st century, we still get to experience and hear things like this.
Christian groups say the pattern has become all too familiar and often comes with prior warning from the perpetrators. They say authorities hardly act when the threats are reported. Nigerian officials have promised to make those responsible pay, but no group has claimed responsibility for the latest killings, though locals point the finger of blame at Fulani militias in the area who often clash with predominantly Christian farmers for grazing land. But while many experts say there is an economic aspect to this violence, it has more to do with ideology. They say that terror groups are trying to expand their radical Islamist agenda in northern Nigeria. Paul Robinson, CEO of Release International, which supports persecuted Christians around the world, said these latest attacks sought to bring terror to Christians at Christmas. Archbishop John Praise Daniel, Deputy President of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, agrees.
One cannot really say why the cycle keeps reoccurring. And very inhumane and barbaric. People will be in their houses and they will come at night and then come on them without preparation. And they are killed, maimed, even with children. I believe that these people have an agenda, which maybe some of us don't know. But it's purely an ethnic cleansing. So I think it's very, very barbaric. And the church vehemently is against this continuous killing.
Nigeria strikes a delicate balance between its Christian and Muslim populations. The US-based International Christian Concern Group estimates that 50,000 Christians in the West African nation have been killed since 2009. The latest onslaught is the worst massacre in Nigeria since 2018, when 235 people were reportedly killed in coordinated attacks in roughly the same area. The attacks drove thousands from their homes, but not everyone supports the assertion that radical Islamists are to blame.
The security of this country, in fact, is so bad, which I want to tell all Nigerians that we should all try as much as we can to make sure that we put an end to insecurity of this country. We need to be secured. So it's a responsibility of every Nigerian. Every Nigerian is expected to contribute to security of this country.
The UK-based group Release International has named Nigeria as a country where violence against Christians is set to rise in its newly published 2024 Persecution Trends report. It is calling on the authorities to intensify their efforts to protect communities. In early December, religious freedom activists urged members of the US Congress to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern in the State Department's International Religious Freedom Report, which lists the world's worst violators of religious freedom. However, under the Biden administration, Nigeria has been taken off the list despite protests from human rights groups. While in Nigeria itself, many Christians feel more danger than ever, even as the season of peace and goodwill approaches. Timothy Obiezu, RT, Abuja, Nigeria.
Security consultant Sadiq Sheed Shehu shares his take on the reasons behind the latest violence in Nigeria.
You have Christians and you have Muslims. But apart from that identity divide, there are also the economic identity. Because of these various identities, even the political leanings in that area has taken another identity crisis. So these are the melting pot. It is an issue of overpopulation. It's an issue of land use. It starts with a small attack on one side, and then a reprisal attack, probably with a highly proportional loss of lives and property. So this is one important issue that people have to understand. The solution is in the hands of the people in the plateau, and it depends on whether the government is ready to take a radical position, irrespective of political or religious or ethnic leanings.
Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that voice recording, that voice note. We extracted the voice note from a particular news source, to play to our people, make them really know what's in they happen for the country. We know the story, we know what is happening, we are seeing it on a daily basis. But the reality is that we have failed to understand, the gravity and the extent that the Nigerian government or these Fulani cabals have actually gone into making sure that they Islamize the country, because that is the major agenda. So when people like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out and speak, not just speak, carry out some certain actions that draws the people closer to seeing that, finally, we can actually survive this Islamization. People don't really understand. Or when Simon Ekpa speaks, with so much authority and so much hate and passion for his people and hate for this Fulani stooges. You don't understand. You think it's about hate. You think it's about personal interest. No, it is beyond that. You must come to the understanding that these people are really fighting for your own freedom because they have foreseen the future. If you allow, what is going on in Plateau State to creep into Biafraland, these people will wipe out everybody who is not ready, to be Islamized, because that is their agenda. Let me make you understand one thing. The major reason why these Fulani cabals have not taken over Biafraland is because of these men who are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that our place is secured. You must understand that if Biafran doesn't come as soon as quickly as possible, we are all doomed in this country. The agenda, the process is already there. Look at how they've been positioning themselves in the government. They see it with your own koro eyes. Oh, people are still in the issue of marginalization. That is why if I look at Ohaneze Ndigbo, the other day the President General of their president was on Arise News TV and he was saying all kind of things. I was just looking at him all like, this man is disappointing me. Because he is still talking about marginalization. Man, nobody is talking about marginalization anymore. These people they've stepped up. Can you imagine the way they went out and wiped about 3 communities? These people no get joy, you. They don't even understand what's in they happen. These men no get joy. These are joyless citizens who be say they won't give them to the people by fire, by force. It's so painful that they are preying on the Christians. Most especially, they are preying on the Christians, innocent people. For me, I know most times it's not all about violence, but at this point in time, the only thing that can actually settle this issue is by, an eye for an eye. Is by violence. After all, the Bible said the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and the violent ones taketh it by force. So why you they do your coldness? Also remember, say, if you lose guard, these people are ready to sweep you under the carpet and throw you 6 feet. They know they play with you. They don't like you. That is the more reason why you must think. This is not even the time to be distracted. This is the time to focus, to make sure that this freedom, that is being fought for is gotten as quickly as possible. This Fulani Stooge, this Islamic people, they are ready to do everything possible, to make sure that they take over the country, especially Biafraland. That is their target. That is their target. And that is why you see Simon Ekpa is doing it. He's giving them woto. And he's doing everything possible, to frustrate all their effort. And so it be for my mouth. I don't give my own little contribution and observation. Please go to the comment section and give your own. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, because if there is one thing we keep on doing here, is to give you the updated news, is to give you the updated information, is to give you the legit news as it take happen. Please, now for